Put the old finger pistols in just a couple of seconds too late there. But I did remember to unmute my mic after I said one sentence. How are you doing? It is Friday night. We are back in the wasteland, and at the moment that means Fallout 2. I apologize if you're picking up a little bit of fan noise here, but it is still hotter than Hades in this neck of the woods. It is hot, it is dry. It's a very Fallout kind of weather that we're getting at the moment. It feels like we are inching towards the end of the world. So what better thing to do with that information as Canada opens up its tar sands for exploitation, and we run the risk of, face the serious chance of having any projection of being able to beat catastrophic temperature change, just get knocked out of the water by increased emissions thanks to that. What better thing to do than to play video games? I'll try and hunt down a little bit of a link too, because I popped this in Discord. In fact, let's do it right now. I read probably one of the most Fallout-y things that I have read in some time, which is all about the doomsday preppers and the industry around servicing their paranoia slash wish to prepare for the impending doom that we appear to be facing. Let's have a little timer on this. Fallout Media. Here's the most Fallout thing I've read in quite some time. Doomsday preppers and their bunkers. It was a really interesting conversation that I wish I could sort of scrape and surface here, but it's a little difficult to do. Which was a couple of people, I should say, that I know on Facebook, one a friend, one an acquaintance, talking through just the logistics of trying to keep a bunker like that running post-apocalypse and all of the contingencies that you would need to plan for. And it was a really interesting conversation because one of those people who I've known for some time, and the one I regard as an acquaintance, was talking about just the number of people who are ex-military like him, who have gone on basically to work in this industry and who are quite well informed. The work that he did while he was in the military, talking in generalities around the work that he did while he was in the military, looking at all of this and sort of the requirements that you have. And yeah, it's really interesting because having a bunker as a space, depending on what you're actually trying to protect against, like that's only really the first step. That's only the tiniest step towards what you need to be doing. You need some way of getting a clean, uncontaminated air supply that's being scrubbed. That's tough. One of the things that was mentioned, which is, it's kind of a gold standard, is like positive pressure, like ventilation throughout your bunker to make sure basically that you're constantly forcing air out. To make sure that everything is filtered and safe rather than having air come in through any inlets. The power requirements on that, the demands on all of your equipment to stay basically in top shape, it's tough. But yeah, then you go to power and water, and how do you keep a constant supply of potable water? How do you ensure that you have a reliable power supply for however long it is that you're intending to operate that bunker? It's tough stuff. It's really interesting. And it just seems like there's any one of a number of eventualities that will just come at you sideways. I mean, we look at Fukushima, the nuclear reactor in Japan. That basically was a combination of a series of natural disasters that they just could not have prepared for. If I remember correctly, it was an earthquake. It was an earthquake and a corresponding tsunami that came along with that. I might have my wires crossed there, but at the very least it was an earthquake, and there was some other aspect, natural disaster-wise, which just exacerbated things. And you think about, like, as we get further and further along through, let's just kick in a bit of Fallout there. As we get further and further along through the world just getting into these more and more catastrophic patterns, extremes at either end of the spectrum, how do you plan for that? I guess that's why Because a number of folks are in New Zealand, like that's sort of what they've located, or what they've decided is a premium area. But New Zealand has serious problems with earthquakes. So where do you build that's safe and reliable? Like Christchurch about, what was it now? Jesus, it was probably about 10 years ago? Was it 10? It must have been around that. 10, 8 years? Christchurch got leveled. So where do you go that's safe? That your bunker isn't just going to get split in half by some natural disaster or some piece of infrastructure that you've got as part of your incredible plan, like a water pipe or a gas pipe or part of your power supply, your reactor, just gets cracked in half by an earthquake. Can it withstand 167 kilometer per hour winds? Yeah, anyway, it's really interesting. That's probably a long rabbit hole to go down, but I highly recommend reading that article. But tonight, we are playing Fallout 2, and the catastrophic thing that is happening is going to be me dying at the hands of the Enclave a number of times. Because we've gone back to Navarro. Our last save has Zahn the Deathclaw with us, but we've got a bit of a problem here in that we can take on individuals in this army. We can do one-on-ones. But there's a lot of people here. I did a little bit of reading, prepping for the session too, and it seems like once again I've done myself a giant disservice by being in a situation where I need to come in guns blazing. That there are much easier ways to get to what I'm looking to do. So we'll see how this goes. Getting critically hit is not a good start to the day. Not for it. Also, for some reason, the game is not going to display who's on the map. Hey, Capdaf, how you doing? Oh, good lord. Critically hit for 111 points of damage. How's your week been? How was the role-playing?
Claimed your life. Arroyo attempts to send out others to search for the Gek, but they die quickly, and the village soon follows.
Thank you for that spam. Stream Deck. Let's see. I might just try that again and see how we go. There we go. That's much better. Glad to hear it went well. That's Cthulhu, isn't it? You're doing sort of occultists on the Orient Express sort of thing? I wonder if it's worth rewinding back here. I don't think there's... I'm trying to remember. What was the trigger? It is possible to move through the base without people killing me. Why don't we try that? Let's go back there. Yeah, it was a lot of death counts. I think the chatbot... You'll notice, though, that the final count there was correct. The chatbot was just spamming the macro for some reason. I tell you what, let's go back to here. I'm just looking around. Chris was hit for 71. Don't run, Chris. Cthulhu was only once a month. That was Judge Dredd. Oh, wow. So how does the Judge Dredd game work? Do you all play judges? Are you all fighting crime on the mean streets of Mega City 1? Let's give peace a chance. Let's see if there's a way of maybe getting around here where I don't have to kill everyone. You see a car. Nothing in there that I really want. All judges with a range of experience. Oh, nice. That sounds awesome, especially having the range of experience across characters. That was a really good dynamic in the Carl Urban film, having the cadet. Sweet. Do you know much about the Judge Dredd world? Because I've never read much of the comics. I got to confess, I've only been exposed to the films. Did you come to the role-playing game through a love of the comics, or is it just something you've sort of picked up and are able to navigate? Hang on, why can't I move here? Why can't I move? I cannot get there. Okay, great. Where am I? Ah, it's because I'm over there. That was weird when it centered me on the on that other room there. Got it out of the GM's fanaticism for them. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that can go well if your GM's like keen to bring people into the world and share the love of it. Like, that can go well. Because it was only once I went through rooms before that I wasn't supposed to go into that, from memory, folks started shooting at me. So I wonder if that's maybe the best way of doing things. As always, the Friday night question is, what is the best thing that has happened to you this week? Has been running Judge Dredd. Oh, wow. Since the mid-2000s. So must have the rules of the system just down pat. So this seems like a much better way to get around it here. Fourth stint. Oh, wow. That's a long history. Oh, wait, that's not what I meant. No, I did not want to do that. Alright, back to the start of Navarro again. Wah, wah. Didn't even realize I was threatening him. Yeah, the Carl Urban one was great. The Sylvester Stallone one was not so great. So that seems like a fair response. I'm glad you got paid. But yeah, I hear what you mean in terms of like outstanding bills. So sorry that you didn't get a chance to treat yourself. I hope that that has. I hope that it's lessened some of the stress, though, at least. Hey, Chris. There we go. Goodbye, Chris. Take that radio just in case. And I've got those 3 hypos too, which do real work. Alright, let's try this again without accidentally threatening someone. I'm glad at least, like, you're out of survival mode. Like, that's huge. Yeah, it was fun as a the Stallone film, the Stallone Judge Dredd film was fun as a Stallone film. But when you see like what Carl Urban does with the role and the material he's given to work with, you can see like what a Judge Dredd film, like what a good Judge Dredd film is and what it does. It's a big contrast. I guess I don't even really need to sneak around here, but I'm going to out of habit. Who's in there, I wonder? I have business with the commander. Oh, well, that's where the base commander is then. Ah, I hear you. I'm sorry to hear that you'll be going back to a tense situation. I want to ask you some questions. Who are you? Ah, Dr. Shriver. Got it. What do you do here? It's a geneticist. Alright. Why is this room soundproofed? I see. Why is there a deathclaw in the other room? Scheduled for termination. Okay. Hey, Geordie. Thank you very much for joining us. I timed that bite of cake very poorly. It's wonderful to see you. How's your week been? And as always, Friday night's question is, what is the best thing that has happened to you this week? Alright, yeah, I follow you. Gained a suspect went too far. A lot smarter than they were letting on. Right, and I was right. The Deathclaws have been playing dumb, biding their time, trying to learn as much as they can from us, even mimicking speech. Had a conversation. Anyway. The fact that we're capable of conceiving this plan. Deception. What are you planning to do now? Write a report on your findings, have it transmitted to the Enclave. Of course, I have to recommend the extermination of Deathclaw breed. Interesting. Can I ask you about some other things? What's with the dog statue by the door? dog didn't like him. I see. Can he be fixed? Yes, I removed his motivator circuit and gave it to roll up in maintenance. He could always be put back in. Maybe I'll do that just to see if this changed his attitude. Alright. Where's this place? Base med lab. Tell me something else. Alright. Interesting. Now, if I remember correctly, your week has been okay. Best thing that's happened to you this week is you won an arcade round of Tekken 7 as Negan. Nicely done. Oh, that's right. I forgot Negan's in Tekken 7. That he was the strange new invite. So you got to use oh god, what is the name of this bat? It's been too long since I've watched that season. You're still sick. I'm sorry to hear that. Is it? If I remember correctly, it was a cold. Is that right? Now, I'm going to write over my previous saves here. We're going to go back. Lucille, that's it. Thank you. Man, it's been way too long. Let's go, let's do some, let's see what you got. You got nothing. Really? What is the scientist? Oh, what are you? Blue passkey. I'll take that. I've saved, so let's see what this does. He's oblivious to that. Interesting. Alright, so now I know two things. Now I know where the base commander is. Cold flu. Ah, that sucks. That really does. There is nothing worse than a summer cold. I'm so sorry to hear that. Especially in the heat we get nowadays. Alright, this feels like it's a more fruitful path that we're going down here. Now, I could probably ask the doctor if I could kill the Deathclaw and then go in and get the Deathclaw. That might not be a bad way of doing things. Is there anything else I want to do down here, though? Is there anything else I can do? I can't do anything with the computer. Got meds for it? Ah, nice. Is that, what, cold and flu tablets, or something a little heavier than that? Where does this go? Are you going to stop me from going up there? I wonder. You are a guard. Don't tap tablets, cough syrup, and urethane. Oh, it sounds like a good mix. It does not sound like a bad mix at all. Hey, you. Nothing to report. Just a bunch of guards. That's the cook. Maybe there wasn't much use last time. Might just go around here and see what we can do. See if there's anything I've missed above ground before I go and raise havoc below ground. Forgot to get to some nasal spray. Enclave technician. Hey, you! New here and trying to get familiar. Can I ask you some questions? Certainly, soldier. Where is the main Enclave base located? If you have to ask a question you don't need to know. Oh wow, I just talked them into it. Yes sir, the main base is located off the Pacific coast near the city of San Francisco. May I inquire as to why you're asking? The vertibirds are first method reaching the main base. Due to the complexity of the operation, is doubtful this versus common. Second, there is an operational fuel tanker in the San Francisco harbor. The ship has, however, been disabled, and a passkey is required to restart it. The base commander has the passkey in his possession. Could swim. Oh wow, okay, so that's my next step forward. Oh, that's it. So that's what the fob's for? San Francisco Harbor? I think we're done. Man, that's yeah, passkey hype for sure. That's much more fruitful than... That's far more fruitful than trying to get something out of just trying to kill people with overwhelming odds on this base. Just had to go back and think through it. Because I'd forgotten that I didn't have to kill people on this base to begin with, so I had the ability to move around. Alrighty. Alrighty-o. Let's go back downstairs. I think that's it. I think that's everything that I can achieve here on this base. That's everywhere I can go. What do we got going on here? Sergeant Dornan, do you want to chat?
Trooper, what are you doing here? Get back to your guard post!
Alright. Sure, thank you for that. See you later, Dornan. I love that, I know it's an RPG, but I love that I've been away for like weeks, and he's just like, oh, get back to your post. Had plans for this week, but your call put a stop to them. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. What did you have to give up on? I can relate, because, Jesus, was it last week now? I'm trying to think. Might have been last week. But yeah, I had the same thing happen recently. See, elevator, yes, and I'd like to use it. Game. I know it's an elevator. Thank you. Passkey hype for reals! Well, now I know what I'm doing. Alright, let's see if we can get a second chance to go and kill the Deathclaw. Not that we're going to, but it at least lets us, you know, it at least lets us open up some whop ass. Come back out with it before we go to the commander. Let's just save here and I'll double check. I'm now going to get to the point where I'm super conscious about saving. Let's just save here and go and see if I can, if the information I've got now is enough to let me bull my way into the commander. Hi, I'm new here. It'll make sense for you. In an hour or so. The cleaning crew. Okay. Looking for a new course to do. Find a support worker to help me with social skills and make an inquiry at a place that could help me move out. Oh, I'm sorry they got pushed back. Those all sound like really positive steps for you. Let's rest for now. Oh, I guess they didn't like that at all. Alright, let's reload from our last save, because I don't want to do this before I've got, Drax? God, now I can't remember the name of our Deathclaw friend. Yeah, I imagine that boosting social skills would help. Would it be fair to say with anxiety, that sort of thing as well? Yeah, I hope you get better soon. Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay. Oh, I ran out of opportunities to. You sure this room is soundproof? Oh, let's take him down first. Oh, that's actually what I should do. Let's not lose the opportunity. Let's go back up to maintenance and talk to Raoul. Let's see if we can get that motivator. Ground. When is your birthday? It's coming up soon? See someone in a military uniform. It's a military uniform. Maintenance. Where's that damn screw up, Private? Quincy and Kevin. So where's Raoul? Let's wait for him to go past. March 31st. It's coming up soon. Alright, let's see if we can sneak around him. Good, 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 good. Raoul is gone. Oh, what happened with Raoul? Remind me. You obviously have a better memory here than me. Raoul's not gone. You're messing with me. Raoul. Ah, Doc wants me to fix his dog. It's in the locker over there. Alright. There's 2 lockers. I guess it'll be one of them. Cat's paw mag. We'll take that. Cosmetics case. Try again. Canine motivator. Ah, oh, how tiresome. We're at our weight limit. Do I want to drop the Gek? It's not no use to me anymore. You're just messing. Oh, that's. I remember this from last week. No, that was Heron, wasn't it? This is the game now. People give Kevin advice and see if Kevin responds. I trust you. Wait, that makes no sense. Why are you saying that? Whew, I am sweating. Geiger counter. Do I want to get rid of? Do I want to get rid of that? Got a few things here I don't really want to get rid of. Plastic explosives I'm reluctant to get rid of. Vertibird plans, I don't need those anymore. I don't want them. No use to me. Sniper rifle? I don't even think I've got ammo for that sniper rifle at the moment. 223. I'm packing 223? Yeah, I'm packing 223. Let's keep it. Small energy cell. Oh, I had the opportunity to get more of that before downstairs, and I could have. Let's go back and do that. What do we get rid of? What do we get rid of? Grenades? No, I don't want to. Crowbar? Haven't used a crowbar in ages. Let's get rid of that. We'll see if I regret it eventually. Still no. Bridgekeeper's robes? Don't need those anymore. Still at my maximum weight capacity. How much does this thing weigh? Must weigh a ton. I don't want to drop the radio. I want to keep the navcom parts because I think I'm going to need those. I want to keep all my stim packs. I definitely want to keep my buff out. Let's drop 2 of those. Thank you. Took a while. Man. That took some time. Books. Alright, let's use them books. Does nothing. Huh. You learn new ways to heal injury. Oh, it's literally a technical manual. Meant to say that he's not in maintenance. I think they've just got a confusing layout. I will take more stim packs, thank you. For the heals. For the win. Electronics, yep. I'll always take those. Alright. Alrighty. Let's go back downstairs. Well, this seems like a win. Now I can get a robot dog companion. Although I'm guessing I can't do the robot dog and the Deathclaw at the same time. Started drinking cranberry juice. Why is that? Is that for health? Alright, so base commander has the fob. I can get out of the base from down here. This is much more manageable. Yeah, robot dog hype. For reals. Z's? Oh, I guess that's what happens when you threaten him. Need to be more healthy. Oh, okay, awesome. Deactivated, started off. I know what it is. Oh, hang on. I need to... Well. Let's use that. You. You are not my master, I cannot speak to you. Goodbye. Oh. Let's do something else. Stuffing yourself with brainwaves. Brainwaves are pretty awesome. Oh. You are not my master. I cannot speak to you. Goodbye. Alright, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I kill him first. Does that help? Ah, there we go. The life functions of my master of Terminator. You my new master. Am I your new master? You bet I'm your new master. Mm-hmm. I've already done that. Ah, okay. So I guess I'm going to do it via conversation? Yes, I've got it right there. Oh, wow. Hey, Damien Wise, how you doing? Oh, nice. My karma just kicked in. The dog just said, "You are a bigger asshole than Shriva. I will not join you." Ah, no robot dog for us. Oh, at least I got a level out of it. I feel like I'm not going to let that stand, though. Nice. Things are pretty good? Awesome, glad to hear it. How has your week been treating you? What's the best thing that's happened to you this week, Damien Wise? See, again, we see that while the game gives you a choice of ethics, playing the evil side of things is just a far less interesting way of playing this game. Yeah, dog is too good for me. I should have kept with bad luck, dog. Hey, puppy. You missed. Yeah, come on over. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, now I want a robot dog companion. That thing's brutal. Good lord. I think this thing's gonna kill me. Good lord. Oh wow. Alright, that's not gonna work. We'll chalk that up as a death. And I will load that game. Because that thing is hard to kill. Alright, let's do our level, and then we'll go and get our Deathclaw friend. Pip boy! What? No, character. Should be able to attract evil henchmen. Yeah, I think you can, but I think part of the problem has been that a lot of the evil characters have just been assholes. That I haven't wanted to have around. I'm glad I remembered to save. Because it feels like we're at a pointy end of things here. So I'm glad at least I remembered to save. Now we had... There was a good point that, there was a good point that our random person who came into stream last time made about perks, which was the... Oh, there we go. Each ranged weapon attack costs 1 AP less to perform. Bonus rate of fire is, in fact, what we want. That is very solid. I have overlooked that several times. Alright, let's go get a Deathclaw. That'd be the one, yeah. Folks, don't spoil streams. Oh, here we go. I still get that option. Dark Moments wants me to kill the critter for him, doesn't want to do it himself. Alright, thank you. Yay! Oh, good. I still get that option. I think the highlight of this is still gonna be getting rejected by a dog. Dog's like, nope, you're bad. I am the warrior Zod. Are you to be my executioner? No, I'm here to rescue you. I do look kind of short for a stormtrooper. I really am here to rescue you. This has gone the wrong way. I'll think about it. Alright. I've gone down the wrong conversation tree. Alright. I'm gonna have to load again, because we want to go on a death spree. I want to help you. Can I get back there? Bugger. Man! Alright, let's try that again. I should have gone the inquisitive route first. That was my mistake. Yeah, and I think part of the problem, Damien-wise, with the writing here, like, not to drag the game, but it sort of shows its age when you get to the evil side of things, and so the evil characters are kind of, yeah, they're really just off-the-wall evil. Let's use the skill points I've got this time, too. Energy weapon. So let's just beef that up. Man, I haven't done that in a while. 100% on energy weapons, I will take that. And Barter I probably should have put some points into earlier in the game. But it's too late for that now. It's too late. Alright, let's try this again. Doc wants me to kill the critter for himself. Thank you. I wonder if the conversation with the doc is maybe what removes that other option for me, of being able to say, let's go on a death spree. Alright, let's try this again. I don't know. I'd like to know why you're here. Oh, that went even worse. Sense the darkness of your soul. You'd be my executioner. Interesting, it's like if I have the conversation with the doctor, that changes my options for Zahn, because when we came in before, I was able to say, let's go on a death spree, let's just go murder, death, killing. But Zahn is having none of this now. It might be, you'd be my executioner. Oh, I'm here to rescue you. Okay, really am. Yeah, unless I'm just missing it somehow. Missing what the option was. That door over there leads to an air shaft, which leads to an exit into the woods above. Should be able to climb the shaft and gain my freedom. The door is securely locked and requires a passkey to open. Find the key, unlock the door, and grant me my freedom. Sure, I'll do it. Well, I guess I might as well do it then, because at least I get the experience. Wait, what? I just said sure, I'll do it. Ah. It's Save Scumming Night. This is our theme. Because I thought when I said sure, die Deathclaw, that's just like it's gonna die because someone's gonna come and kill it. Man, it's really making me pine for Mass Effect's like clear flagging of this is what a conversation option will do. This is the tone of it. Let's do that again. I'll save after doing this level because I don't want to do it again. Alright, lockpick. Up. There we go. Alright. Saving. Alright. One more time. Doc wants me to kill the critter for himself. You can all just sing along, you know the lyrics by now. At least freeing a Deathclaw makes the world a more dangerous place. I think Erika would like that. Let's try this. Hey! Hey, buddy! No, I'm here to rescue you. Look, I really am. Sure, I'll do it. There we go. Yay! It requires a passkey. We have a passkey. I remember I was trying to use the fob last week on that, going, is your fob do? But fob didn't do. I owe you a debt that cannot be repaid. Well, let's see what's in here. Zon, 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 zon. Yay! Yeah, at this point, like, screw the morality. And I think you can still make an evil play out of it by saying that having a Deathclaw out there in the world makes the world a more dangerous place. But the experience is nice. Is there anything in here for moi? See an air processing unit. Ah, it would be so good. It would be so good to be able to blow up the air processing unit. That would be fun. Alright, let's go kill the base commander. Without my shiny Deathclaw companion. Which makes me sad. But at least I know now that I've gone around the base and I've gotten everything that I can use. So let's do this. Let's start some shite. I'm gonna start a fight. The first rule of Fight Club. Damn it, broken it already. Beady, 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 beady. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm excited, we've got a path forward again. And see, I guess this is me just forgetting the classic rule of RPGs, the old school rule of RPGs, which is you go and you talk to everyone. Hey Jordy, welcome back. Oh, I forgot that guard does work with his weapon too. You are not my friend. I will evaporate you. Sometime soon. There we go. Ow! Man! Ow! Do-do! Critically hit for 57 points. Youch! Alright, well this will be pretty quick this time. I'm really curious as to how that "let's go on a death spree" just came out of the... just got removed from the equation. Did I miss a death? I thought I was up to speed. No, I'll trust you, Jordy. There we go. Or are you saying you missed a death? No. No, I'd like to rescue. Really am here to rescue you. Sure, I'll do it. Do. This will be nice and quick. That 20 karma I could probably do without, though. Ah, you meant Heron wasn't here for a death. Wait, what? Oh, of course, because he loves them so much. You're right, you're right. It took me a sec to catch up with you. Oh, now I've got one in the bag. Now I've got a free death, so I don't have to press the magic button. I'm glad it's working properly now, though. Alright. I'm gonna make another save here. Gonna use... buff out. Gonna use... some jet. Gonna walk up to this guy. And... snuff out his life. Oh, actually... do I want to waste a plastic explosive? Let's do that. And I should only have... whoop. Let's not blow myself up. Navarro 5. Yeah, 36 points. That's not great. Man, he really puts in work. He missed. The good thing is, though, with that perk and with the bonus action points, I can now... my firing rate is significantly higher. See how we go with this. Oh, that guard by the door is trouble. Oof. Two, three, four. And that limits the amount of people who can hit me now. Let's use my one of my super stim packs. All the way back up. And I got one shot. Which at 45% I don't really want to take. Let's go further down here. Let's make it difficult for them to get to me. Alright, this is a little bit better. I'm just going to fight a retreating action down this corridor. Regrets. I've had a few. Can't believe that guard is still hitting me from that distance. At least the blows are minimal. This feels workable if I do 2 hits. There we go. Man, I gain karma for killing the Enclave. That's not fair. I don't want karma. I've got to get you out of the way. There we go. That took up 4 of my action points. Ow!
You have perished.
You can't believe there's no new games out that you want. Yeah, it's a bit of a dry spell at the moment, isn't it? Anthem doesn't seem to be doing terribly well, which is one of the major releases that we've had. Apex Legends is tying up. What is that? Is that EA? Oh, it's still on the floor. Yeah, it's Respawn, but isn't EA the publisher, or am I got that completely wrong? Because I thought they did Titanfall. Alright, if I can just take this... If I can just take this guy out. Super quickly. Let's try that angle. There we go, I like that more. Yeah, you come on in. Come on in. Yeah, so it's Respawn as a developer and EA as a publisher then. Alright, let's get rid of the commander. Because the commander's gonna hurt. That's the ticket. Alright, just knocked to the ground. Ah, but the commander's hurting. I can't get to the commander from here. Let's take 4 steps forward, and hopefully I'll be able to. No, still can't. Oh, it's okay. Let's take another 4. 1, 2, 3. There we go. There's the commanders. They're gone. Yeah, I haven't heard good things about that either. I'm really hanging out for Sinking City, which is coming out later this month. Really looking forward to that. I would suggest, Geordie, we've talked about Prey a few times. Look, I'd suggest if you're looking for a new game, I think that would satisfy you. It's one that a lot of people overlooked, and it's really good. I've been playing it off stream, because there's not really space for those kind of games in the streaming schedule at the moment. And it's just so... It's so rich. Arcane do such great stuff. Let's go over there. Commander's office is a good place to be. Don't use Stimpack guard, that's my Stimpack. I feel like I'm holed up in a good spot here. Oh. Yeah, I was actually playing Minecraft today with my daughter. That's not inaccurate. I have 160 other hours I could stream Prey. There's a lot of hours in the week, but I find it really hard to make time for... Hang on, that's a terrible way of phrasing it. Other priorities tend to take my time, which means that 2 3-hour blocks a week tends to be my limit for streaming. Otherwise, other priorities start having their time eaten into. That's the best way of phrasing it. Like, you're absolutely right, there's all the time in the world. But yeah, other things would just start to suffer. I think I'm doing this fight a lot better than I did last time. This is going a lot better. I don't want to jinx myself. I'm sure I have now, but... Yeah, you run. Oh, hi! Quartermaster, that should be? Yeah. I think having that this extra shot per round is a huge difference. On top of saving my buff out for this. I think Prey is a game, I think it would be... It's interesting too, because it's a kind of game, I'm not sure it would be as satisfying to stream as it is to play offline. Because it's a game that's really good to sit with. Yeah, that would be really good. Didn't the second Mirror's Edge, I thought that tanked though, critically. I mean, it doesn't stop them from reviving a franchise. But am I remembering correctly that it did not do terribly well? Plasma pistol. Alright. Alright, I gotta walk out and finish, folks, then. I want my fob! At least I know what to do with my fob now. That's pretty exciting. Oh, the sinus is coming out. That's bold. Gotcha. Yeah, it seems like unfortunately nowadays that sort of good but not great is just a kiss of death for a game, which, or EA especially. Streamed Remember Me. Was that because the game hasn't aged well, Capdaf, or is that because it wasn't a great experience for streaming, that it was kind of more a contemplative game that you need to sit with? Hey, I wonder if the dog will like me after all of these karma gains. Let's try that. Let's go have a chat to the dog. Hey, puppy! I killed a bunch of your friends. Because I thought Remember Me seemed to do okay from reviews. It just seemed to... It seemed to be a good concept that had a mixed implementation. Yeah, Crackdown 3 apparently is, that's another game that's mixed in terms of its quality. Just bear with me for a quick sec, folks. I just need to go check something. I'll be back in a moment. Just hearing some noise outside. It was not great, fairly new at the time. Sure, not playing Prey after all. I think that'd be more along the lines of like I have my coffee cup and suddenly there's another coffee cup right next to it. Found Remember Me boring. Oh, bugger. I'm sorry to hear that. Because there's very few Cyberpunk games out there, and so I give a lot of leeway to the ones that are there in the hope that they are good. Let's see what Puppy has to say now. How you like me now, Puppy? You wanna join me now? No, still a bigger arsehole than Shriva. That's like the mark. That's the high water line. Alright, let's go get our fob and let's get to San Francisco. We got stuff to do. Oh, this is exciting. Now I just gotta find the fob in amongst all of this. All of these ashes. Let's see, another stim pack. I'll take those. I think it was in the locker. This might actually be easier than I'm thinking. It might just be in the locker. Cyberpunk 2077? Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Is it 2048 or 2077? Either way, yeah, that looks amazing. Really looking forward to seeing what CD Projekt Red do with that. Because I think we've had this conversation before. Yeah, I failed to disable the lock. There we go. Now I'm not going to accidentally lock it again. There it is! Tank of fob! I'm excited. It was easier than I thought. I didn't need to pick it off someone's corpse. Alright, let's get some stim packs. Is that a steel wall? There's a stim pack. Yeah, I think we've had this conversation before, but like Witcher 3 is a world, like it just feels like a game that you can lose yourself in the world of. Like going through Novigrad in that game, which is a fantasy, like it's a fantasy city, but the level of complexity and the life that is detailed there, it's just, oh, it's so good. Like it's one of the first games where a couple of times I've played through thinking I was going to do something with like streaming or video capture, or so putting it up on YouTube or whatever. And so I was conscious of like what was happening with the capture on the Elgato at the time, but I'm so glad that I did that, because just even playing through it myself, walking through the city, you soak in just so much detail. And so in that game, like in Cyberpunk, like the new CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk 2048 or 2077 or whatever it is, I can only imagine what it would feel like in a bustling cyberpunk metropolis to just walk through the city and just soak it in. Like, you could do that for hours. It seems like from everything that they've done so far, you certainly could. So yeah, that's going to be amazing. Alright, I can officially no longer pick up things because I am... Oh no, I'm still at strength 8. Let's see if we get a calm down. So that's it. This is so much easier. That's Navarro. That's doing everything I needed to do in Navarro. Now I know I say things for a living. Now I know what I need to do with the fob. Let's get out of here. I'm going to San Francisco. It's going to be exciting. Join us in San Francisco as we find out what needs to happen to the tanker to allow it to move. It's probably going to be other stuff. It's probably going to need other things. We do have those navcom parts. They may be part of it. Alright, let's save. Let's not be a silly Billy. Let's save, because we're going to go into random encounter hell now. Whee! Oh, and let's also... Let's reload our weapon first. Well, I'd take K9 with me if K9 wasn't intent on saying that I was a complete dick. It'd be great if you could reprogram the robot, like just, you know, reprogram its morality. Like, oh, what was the droid from, what was the droid from Knights of the Old Republic that became basically a Terminator droid? Just called everyone meatbag. This is always the problem with going to Navarro, that it's super difficult to get past these squads outside of the base. I did indeed save, Captaf. Yeah, HK47, that's it. Thank you. HK47 is indeed it. Can we not? We could not. Good God. My hit points are 007. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to use one of these hypos. See, I've come out of it now with 3 of those hypos intact. That's pretty cool. Like, that's gonna stand me in good stead if I don't burn all of that margin on random encounters. Because these patrols are just the goddamn worst. But yeah, it'd be great if you could reprogram K9 and just short-circuit its morality. God damn. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use another one. Just on random encounters. What? That makes me sad. Their shots are brutal. They really are. Have a great night, Geordie. I hope you feel better soon. Rest up. I'm glad that you're well. I'm glad you're well stocked with remedies. And I hope that you're able to. I hope you're able to put those other plans that you had to postpone into effect, because they all sound like really positive steps forward. Enclave patrolman. Alright, let's keep on moving. Let's get out of the way. Hey, look, I'll take lizards. Geckos. Good old geckos. But yeah, what Geordie was saying before actually wasn't too far off the mark. I was playing Minecraft with my daughter and having a lot of fun. I have never really played Minecraft seriously. It was a phenomenon that kind of that bypassed me. Kind of like my reaction to Harry Potter, in that it was so big that it felt like there was no space. It sounds daft, but it felt so big that it felt like there was no space to get interested in or involved in it, and so I never really picked it up. I've played, funnily enough, Dragon Quest Builders on Switch, which is kind of a spiritual successor to Minecraft because it adds a story, it adds a little community, the stuff that it does. It's like Minecraft the JRPG, it's really addictive. And I can see now all of the inspiration that it's taking from Minecraft. But it has a real clear gamification around it, where, you know, with Minecraft, what do you want to do? Well, you can do anything you want. But with that, it's like, well, do this, and then this will happen. So it's a very clear sort of set of incentives. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We were playing at split screen, which was a bit of an adjustment. My daughter is only 4, so her hands are tiny. And we really do need to get... I'm pretty sure Hori have like a child's PS4 controller. And we really need to get one of those for her. Because it's difficult for little kids to... it's difficult for little kids to use them. Yeah, I think it can be complicated or it can be really simple. And yeah, like Notch is a subpar human being, but nowadays I'm pretty sure that that Mojang bought him out, if I remember correctly. Need a PS1 controller for a PS4. Yeah, that's probably not too far off the mark. I do have PS4 controllers around. But something about that size would definitely be better fit for our hands. But you can get kids controllers as well. So we need to look at doing that. But it's also a matter of finding a game that is not frustrating for her. Because at the moment, if she plays something and she finds it frustrating, she will give up. And it's difficult to coach her past that difficulty point. And I felt really bad today because I was leaving her to do her own thing in Minecraft. And she kept on asking me questions about sort of what different things did. And I was trying to make banana bread. And so at one point I was just like, well, you can either play the game or you can watch TV. Because I can't keep coming out. I felt terrible. I was that parent. Sold it off from what I remember. Yeah, I think Notch just got bought out of the company. I can't remember if that was a damage control thing or if it was just that he was no longer interested. Yeah, I mean he's been a complete fuckwit on Twitter. But on one hand, I can't help but feel a little bit sad for him, and that's not excusing anything that he's done. But as a weird parallel, I don't know if you ever saw it, but there was a remake. There was a remake of The Italian Job, which had a great cast, but it was not as good as the original Italian Job. And Edward Norton played the antagonist in that. He was like the mastermind who betrayed them all. And Notch has always kind of reminded me a little bit of that character, because the thing with Edward Norton's character in that is he's not able to enjoy his success. Like, when they basically find him, they realize that what he's done with all of the money he's stolen is just the amalgam of all of the plans that everyone else on the team had. He had no original ideas. And Notch seems like someone who just has been made completely miserable by his success and doesn't know what to do with it. Yeah, Microsoft has either bought Minecraft or has bought Mojang, one of the two. Seth Green and Jason Statham, yeah. And Charlize Theron. I'm trying to remember, who was the major... Was Jason Statham... Jason Statham wasn't the lead male at that point, I don't think. Was it Mark Wahlberg? It's been a while since I've seen it. I remember it being like a Wahlberg or a Damon type. Donald Sutherland was in there as the father who got betrayed. So it was Wahlberg, yeah. It was definitely a fun film, and yeah, Jason Statham was so much fun in that. And Seth Green, always good. Oh, that was Don... I want to say it was Don Cheadle, wasn't it? I vaguely recalled Don Cheadle with an amazing British accent talking about blowing stuff up. Or am I getting... Oh, I might be getting confused with Ocean's 11 there, actually. Let's have a look. Let's bring up the IMDb. Kevin remembers he can do it on a tablet instead of on his major PC. Yeah, Don Cheadle played an explosives guy in Ocean's 11. I'm not sure that they had an explosives person in The Italian Job. The Italian Job, 2003. For anyone who needed to feel old. Oh, Yasin Bey it might have been. As Left Ear. That might be it. What else has he been in? Oh, he was Ford Prefect in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Ford filmography. Is he still working? He's been pretty busy. Tour de France, Life of Crime, Begin Again, Dexter. Ah, there you go. I did not recognize the name. See, Mos Def, I recognize. I've learned the thing. Yeah, I think that's a good call to make, Damien Wise. Yeah, it didn't really gel overall. Like, it was fun. It was the kind of film that you could rent, and you'd have a good evening watching it, but you wouldn't remember it like 2 weeks after. And those films certainly have their place. Oh, Capduff, you've got to see the original. It's really good. You were only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Michael Caine is really good in comedy. I mean, it's got a great cast, and I think some of the stunt work overall. It's been a while since I've seen the remake, but I think the stunt work in the original still puts the remake to shame. Oh, good lord, what's happening here? Who did you piss off to get stuck in this? You have received a large dose of radiation. What? You're kidding me. That's a bit pants. How? Does the original have Jason Statham and Seth Green? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But it has Benny Hill. In a very Benny Hill role from memory. Received a large dose of radiation. That's just, man. As an unknown encounter, this is harsh. I will be leaving. Thank you. That being said, though, being a saucy 70s. Oh man, and now I'm radiated. Oh, good thing I got that Rad-X and ran away. That is not a kind Ah, I can't get out that way. Better go through here. Hot damn, of all of the things to get hurt by. Alright, I'll leave this way. Yeah, as much as I love Jeremy Irons' take on Alfred, Michael Caine's Alfred is still one of the highlights of the Christopher Nolan Batman films. And I don't know if it's in part of that casting is smart because we go back to was it Zulu was the Michael Caine film where it's all about basically the last attack on the fort. But you know, he's had a storied history of playing soldier types in his early career, and so I wonder if some of that sort of goes to inform how you look at him when he's in the role of Alfred. But he really did strike you as someone who was ex-military, and I wonder if part of that is just his little bit more rough around the edges accent. Got a lot of time for Jason Statham though. I will give you that absolutely, Capdav. I'm really looking forward to, like, it's gonna be big dumb fun, but the Fast and the Furious team up film, I really want to sit down and go through the back catalogue of the Fast and the Furious films to be able to sort of appreciate the Jason Statham, Dwayne Johnson buddy cop film. That looks so good. Nice. To my shame, I don't think I've actually seen those films, Capta. So, there you go. There are classics that I haven't seen either. Oh man, I'm thinking about it now. I haven't seen, there was a film that he did late 2000s, where it was kind of an Equalizer style film where he was an ex-military guy who was living in like a really dodgy tenement block. Death Trap stars Christopher Reeve as well. Interesting. Alright, let's see if we can get away from all of these interesting random encounters. Let's go get rid of this radiation too. Use some of the right-of-way that I've got, seeing as I've got it for a reason. Boop. Now I'm an addict. Not Edward Woodward. No, it wasn't an Equalizer film, because the remake of Equalizer, in fact, had Denzel Washington. But no, it wasn't Edward Woodward. Man, I used to love that show. I used to love that. But it was an Equalizer type film in that it was sort of an old British guy. It was an old British guy who had some iron and got into situations. You failed to maintain your weapon. San Fran, we're going to. Let's go down to San Francisco. Yeah, looking back on the 80s too, it was so much of its time. Like, folks were, I guess, quite legitimately scared because crime in major urban areas was a huge issue. You know, those shots, because I think Equalizer was, I'm trying to remember now, Equalizer from memory was actually set in New York, wasn't it? Or was it set in London? But I remember there being like shots of, you know, on the train, lights go out, lights come back on. Hustle. That was the that was the old guys getting together for one last heist film with Ray Winston and a bunch of other people a few years back, wasn't it? Although that being said, I know that they're doing another one at the moment. Remind me what Hustle was about, Captain. I'll see if I can find it on IMDb while we're talking. Let me search. It was a series. Oh yeah, he was great in The Prestige. Good call, Damien Wise. It was a caper show, a bit like Leverage, but British. Oh, okay. I've never heard of it. Robert Vaughn. Oh man, that sounds great. Does that predate? Does that predate Leverage? Oh man, it went for a while too. 48 episodes is pretty good for a British production. Series cast and crew. Cast. 460 people involved overall. So this is probably going to be a who's who of like British actors. Bill Bailey was in 3 episodes. Equalizer was New York. Thank you for clarifying, Capdaf. I thought it was, yeah. Because if you're going for like paranoia about crime and that feeling of claustrophobia, like New York would be where it's at. Predated Leverage by 4 years. Interesting. Harry Brown, that's it. Thank you so much. Wait, what? What? You encounter it. A giant stone head. Wish I could see what's behind. And my cursor appears to have glitched. I'm sure the stone eating ants will be along. What is going on here? Yeah, I just wish my cursor hadn't glitched because I can't interact with anything. Big stone head, see the world, what hogwash. Let's save and see if I can get that cursor back. Alright. Hey, Horror Royal Marine, that's it. Thank you, Damien Wise. How is your day going, Horror Tuner? How has your week been? More like fall in? Fall out too, more like fall in. Ah. Love your work there. Oh wait, there we go, I saved and now I can interact. I don't think I can do anything here, but see rocks. See a bench? It is I, the chosen one. Alright, I guess there's a whole conversation going on here. I can just let this play out. You're not? Yes, I am. Take what? 12 hours later. Alright. What do I get? I got a monument chunk. Piece of the disgruntled stone monument you found out in the desert. Although many of your village would no doubt regard it as a sacred relic. You've been cheated. Weird. Yeah, I guess that's half the gag. Whoop! Sorry about that, folks. I just bumped their microphone. That's not cool. Yeah, I guess that's half the gag there. Mortal Kombat 11 has been pre-ordered. You even got an anime game you can play until Mortal Kombat 11. Nice! That's a good week. Those are good moments in time. Glad to hear it. Do you mean anime game there? Or is anime a class of game that I am not aware of? Now we gotta get around. What? What? I just want to get to San Francisco. Can you get to San Francisco? Hi everyone. It's hubologists. I'll just ignore them. Ooh, Hubologist was critically hit for 72 points. Ouch. Oh, okay. It's like a slang term. I hear you. Oh, wow. Threw a bunch of grenades at the gang member. I'll see you folks later. Because I want to go to... Ah, come on. No, sod off. I'm not interested in encountering a band of mercenaries. I don't want to kill them. I got a boat to catch. Or I got a boat to go figure out what the next thing is I need to do with it. Going to San Francisco. We're in San Francisco. We're there. We're there. All right, let's see what the go is. Man, the last two streams of this have been epic. We have gotten the Gek, gone back to the village, found out its torch, gone to Navarro, then figured out a way around Navarro, and now we're going to get on a boat. Boop, boop, boop. You're going to San Francisco, be sure to whistle. I can't remember the rhythm of that song. San Francisco, you meet some general people for that. Nope, nope, nope. Yep, nope, nope, forever, nope. Nope, 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 nope. You honor us with your presence. Really? I thought... What's my karma? I thought my karma was still... Yeah, my karma's gotten higher than I'd like it to. You have killed a large number of people. There we go. Nice. I really have. You're just waiting to send that. I love that you have that queued up, Damien Wise. Kill them all. I don't want to kill everyone in San Francisco. I feel like I'm being typecast. Just because you seem like a person with a straight head. Wow, things have changed here. Alright, let's rest until morning. I feel like I'm getting typecast just because I kill everyone in most of the cities that I go to. Rest until morning. Kill the dragon for us, will you? Wow, this is really different. Don't hurt the people in red. I feel like there might be things I can go and do in San Francisco now. Can we just call you Horror? No, I'm kidding. Horror Tuna. Tuna! 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 Free your mind, Tuna. Yeah, because I was busy trying to get to San Francisco. I was busy trying to get there. And besides, Tuna,
a wizard reads a song that is posted precisely when he intends to. It's never early or late.
You called a lot of things. Yeah, I hear you there. I think we all have. I don't think I went north last time I was in here. I don't think I've been through all of San Francisco. I definitely did not come here. Hey, there's a large oil tanker floating in the water. Pablo, the boneless bulldog. This is Pablo, the boneless bulldog. Hello, Pablo. I reckon there's mischief I can get up to in here. There are things that can be done. Is that the oil tanker? That looks a little small for an oil tanker. That's the oil tanker, that giant thing there. She hasn't. Kill the dragon for us. Look, I'm not opposed to the idea. Let's go have a chat to the dragon, because the dragon was awful lippy last time I went this way. She hasn't. Alright, so it looks like there's nothing I can do over here. Sheep hasn't. You see Dock Shadow. What about over here? Dragon is the ruler of San Francisco because they've leaned into the whole Orientalism thing with this city. So I guess the idea is that San Francisco, the city with the largest Chinatown in the world outside of, to be fair, China, had like regressed into sort of a Chinese feudal situation, which also meant that their ruler is called the Dragon because 80s films. No dragons like that in Fallout that I'm aware of. A lot of weird other stuff. I mean, we had a talking head. It really does feel like, I like that the game does that though. It seems like the closer we've gotten to the end of the game, the more it's thrown up sort of those locations for us. It's like, you want to check this out, go and check it out, it's really cool. It's in the game. Have a look. Do we need to save? No, we haven't really done anything in here. Alright, let's go have a chat to Mr. Dragon, who did not want to talk to me last time because of his karma. Well, let's just see if there's anything that can be done in here. We're wearing a look of weary boredom. Keep an eye. Yeah, you keep an eye on me. You do that. Advisor to the Emperor. Let's go have a chat to Ken Lee. Looking for some lost villagers. I have more questions. I would like to speak to the Emperor. Been told to forbid entrance to those who offend me or reek of evil. You do both. I guess I don't get to talk to the Emperor then. What is this place? This is the Steel Palace of the Emperor. This is the heart of She-Town. And where is the Emperor? I have more questions. What is this place? What sort of research do you do here? Alright, where is Dr. Wong? As one of the major voice actors in this game, there is a tuna Easter egg. Interesting. Interesting. I'm curious there. What is this place? What is the history of this place? We were survivors from the wreck of a submarine. When we ran aground, we stripped the metal from the submarine to create the palace. Some do not believe this. Okay. It almost sounds as if you're berating someone. It's very even-tempered of you. Alright, so I guess that's as far as we get in that direction. Is there anyone else we can talk to? Well, the dragon will be the Emperor. I don't want to go killing everyone in San Francisco unless there's a reason for it. It's a she-man with a scowl on his face. Who are you? I I'm Jing Taigang. I'm in charge of the chemical laboratory. Alright. The reason is entertainment. Yeah, but I think even the time there needs to be something to kick it off. Because last time when we were watching me stumble through Navarro, that wasn't really fun. That was taking far too long. Can I chat with you? No, I can't chat with you. Gotta be groovy. That's right. Man, it's been ages since I've tried that voice. That was terrible. Gotta be groovy, baby. It's a series of films overdue for a watch. Let's see a door. Where's the other scientist? Yeah, are they in here? Alright, good. I'm not going to get stopped from being in there. So she in my clothing, she in my clothing, she in my clothing. Yeah, the first two films of that series are awesome. The third I think you can take or leave, but the first two are really good. Alright, I can't get in through there. Hang on, can I? I don't want to try it again because I might get shot. I don't think there's anything else to do in here. Alright, I'll just leave. Baby back, ribs. Baby back. Get it. Baby. The other way, meat. Yeah, there are aspects of Fat Bastard that are a bit cringeworthy, but there were some fun moments with that character too. I really liked Will Ferrell's character in that. The hapless assassin. I can't even remember what his name was now. Alright. It's been that long. Yeah, it was Mike Myers. Mike Myers played Fat Bastard along with Austin Powers and Dr. Evil. Like, that was that film was his baby. So he was indeed the voice actor of Shrek. If you liked Austin Powers, there's a less well-known film that he did as well, which is just fucking amazing, which is So I Married an Axe Murderer. And you can see him doing a Scottish accent in that. The father character in that is amazing, and it's a very quotable film too. Oh, you have seen So I Married an Axe Murderer? Nice! You were a person of taste and distinction. Oh, that. That's an awesome film! Oh, that. How dismissive. You see an enthusiastic she? Can I talk to you? Red 88 guns. Oh, okay. Yeah, looking for some weaponry. Tell me about the place. Lived here for years. Dr. Fung knows the complete history. I'll bet what you're looking for is what we do now. Yeah, okay, sure. Change the world how? I do not know. Okay, what else is happening in town? Lopan, reference to Big Trouble in Little China. Apart from the fact you haven't seen it. It is a classic. It is worth seeing. It's really funny. It's probably a bit 90s now, but yeah, I loved it at the time. I got a real sweet spot for it. Lover of self and the dragon who loves other. It is said that whoever wins will determine the future of martial arts. Nice. It's a real martial arts film reference there.
Whichever of our schools is successful will determine the future of martial arts. Not only the successful style, which has proved to be dominant, but also the ethos that is carried within.
Okay, anything else in town? This gang of vagrants who have moved on to the oil tanker. There are monsters living inside it, but the vagrants have sealed themselves into the lower of the hull. Though they are outsiders, we are grateful to the drifters for this task. Any other news? Thoughts on They Live? To my shame, I've not seen They Live, and I feel terrible for saying that. But yeah, I know it's a classic, but I've never seen it. I don't think I've seen Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the Sutherland version of that either. Two classics that really need to be added to my list. I know, right? I'm a terrible human being. I did, however, rewatch. I did rewatch The Thing recently. That gives me some Carpenter points. You're right, though. It's a classic. I need to see it. Whoa! Whoa! Hi! I want to join the Herbologists. Go down the... Okay, let's go join the Herbologists. Go down the elevator and talk to AHS-7 guard post. Direct you accordingly. Why not? Let's go join the Herbologists. Do. Why not? I'm surprised but not disappointed. They Live is... I'll let one of you outraged people explain. Great. Did I go through the wrong place? See a force field. Great. I can't go through the force field though. Oh, the Herbologists are in Fallout 4. Oh, there we go. There's... Talk. State your business. I reckon joining Fallout Scientologists is a good thing to do. I'm interested in potentially joining your group. They're celebrities, you know, but they'll talk to you. One Cruise and Vicky Bellman. Who are they? Stars from New Reno. Alright. Where do I find them? Find them in the prayer room. And the raw meat. Just how rewarding it is to be a herbologist. I think it's probably a good point to save. Oh, you were surprised at the space plane thing in the middle of the city. You haven't seen They Live either. Oh, there we go. Solidarity, Damien Wise. Solidarity. It is a classic, though. Did you want to take... There we go. Ah, Cap Daff has taken the wheel. You rock. Fascism and mind-controlling zombies. Yes! It is similar to another film which I haven't seen, which is Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Horror Tuner, you are one of the younger audience members, so you probably... I was about to say you don't remember communist, like the communist witch hunt scares of the 80s, but we're getting back into that area at the moment where people are worried about, you know, because to be fair, we have collusion between the American president, it seems, and Russian powers. But yeah, it's definitely a theme that ran through the 80s, the idea basically of communists hiding among us, and that informs films like They Live, and it informs films like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. The idea that perfectly normal human beings are being replaced by people that are similar but not quite the same. Alright. Hubbin. Straight hubbin. Alright, let's go become a herbologist. There should be some benefit to this. We'll get audited. Where am I going? Where am I going? Like that movie about those drunk British guys. You might need to be a little more specific there. It's the movie about the drunk British guys. Is this where I'm going? This feels terrible. I feel like I'm late for class. This looks like the right place. Oh, you're talking about Withnail and I think. Greetings, new recruits. Alright. And I'm one Cruise. Totally not Tom Cruise. We think apology is the way to go. Hi, I'm One Cruise. And I'm Vicky Goldman. Who's Vicky Goldman a reference to? Because One Cruise seems like it's pretty obviously Tom Cruise. There was a movie about aliens slowly replacing humans with alien clones of themselves, and some British drunk dudes were the main protagonists. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. That doesn't sound familiar. Yeah, when you said movie about super drunk British guys, I just went straight to Withnail and I, but obviously not the film. Hi, I'm One Cruise, and I'm Vicky Goldman. I love that they've got an intro, and then they both come in with, and we're celebrities. And we endorse herbology. Please note that any similarities between us and people or institutions living or dead is entirely coincidental. Yeah, that's kind of brassy for them to do this back in 1998, because Scientology was still something you did not cross lightly. At World's End, the last of the Cornetto trilogy. That might be it. Was it Nick Frost and Simon Pegg? Okay. I want to be a herbologist. How do I join? Celebrities. What makes you celebrities? Yeah, let's do that. We're in the movie business in New Reno. We've made hundreds of films, many of them classics like Top Gun, Frisky Business, Days of Rubber. Oh wow, this is actually, I know it's satire, but yeah, this was made at a point in time when crossing Scientology was something that was dangerous. Alright. It's nice to finally put faces to the names. Alright, who cares if you endorse it? Shouldn't I make my own choices? And with the Hub's latest book, you can learn how to make the right choice. His latest book. Isn't he dead? Yeah. Isn't he dead? Dead? Ha ha, perhaps. We like to think that he aligned all of his neurotypes and went to join the Starfather. We have extensive use of his jotted notes and barely begun manuscripts to spread the word. For example, we found a scrap that said 2 dozen eggs milk TP. Obviously this is significant, it needs to be heard. Nice. Alright, let's play along. Alright, praise the lab, see light, how do I join? Alright. Give us information holodisk, and you sit through a short movie, and then you go talk to HS7. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Gotta join. No, the Herbologists, I think, are just a bit of a swerve before the end of the game. Go talk to an AH7 and be comrades. Okay, yeah, oh, that I can do without. Oh no, it was him saying that. Alright. Go talk to an AHS7. These are all new recruits. Is there an AHS7 hiding behind here? Where am I going? Oh, I see. You're in there. A well-armed guard. A well-dressed man. Let's see if we can chat to the well-dressed man. I'm guessing not. You are in the presence of AHS-9 the Great and Terrible. What is it you desire of him? I'm looking for my people. I heard they came down this way in flying ships. Yeah, I guess so. How do I find them? How do you know all this? HS9. Do you have questions, more questions? Many questions for you, HS9. Alright. Okay. Yeah, we're 1 hour done. Add Xenos to Fallout 5. You mean like the things that we've been fighting at the moment? The, oh god. Wanamadingos, I think they're called? I think I'm mangling that name. Right, let's go have a chat to an HS7. Yeah, I was excited to get on the bunker, but now we've kind of swerved into joining Herbology. I want to see where this goes. Maybe Erika's found her people. Let's go talk to an AHS7. There was one near the door. Let's go to the door. Thank you for the time warning, Capta. Very much appreciated. Oh, you want an actual xenomorph in Fallout. But don't the Death Claws kind of serve that role, though? It feels like you'd be doubling up on a concept there. Alright, my AHS... Oh, hang on, no. AHS-7 was right near the door before. So maybe they're still right there. Ah, they are! Alright. So now you've spoken to Juan and Vicky. You interested in joining our friends in the search for enlightenment of the Great Will? Yes, sure. You may have the run of the compound. Would you care to use yours in service of the Great Will? Yes. The de facto leader of the tanker vagrants is a piece of... With his death, they will come to understand our position. Will you remove him? Yeah, sure. Sure thing. Bye. I was going to go do that anyway. Now I'm going to get paid for it. I like that. Yeah, because I mean the Deathclaws are kind of the inspired by Xenomorph, like engineered from badgers. Badger. Engineered, like killing machines. So it feels like you're going to be doubling up with Xenomorphs there. I mean, that being said, certainly this, like Fallout 1 and 2, have their share of super weird stuff. In the future, I'm keen to look at playing Tyranny, which is an isometric RPG from Obsidian. And one of the things that's really sort of gotten me again and again in this is just my attention to detail and pursuing like avenues, like clues. So things that the game is throwing out for me. And I've been finding that I haven't been following them up adequately. So I'm interested to see like how that's going to go with a more modern isometric RPG and whether that would still be an issue. Because this game has been, like, when there's a way forward, when you can see what the path is, what your options are, it's been a delight. It's been really fun. But at those points when you're thwarted and you can't quite see, like, where the next step is to go, it's been... like, the experience of it's been super frustrating. Alright. On the ship! I'm my god! Alright, let's go see if we can have a chat with Badger. There's a lot of people here. I'd have to kill a lot of people to get things happening. See a bald punk. Let's go have a chat with the bald punk. Looks like there's a whole community happening out here. What's the matter with you? Did I bet my spleen? You sold your spleen? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to be empathetic to that. Maybe he'll be useful. Maybe I'll get some information. See a merchant. I want some information. Would you like to see my goods? Yeah, sure, okay. Electronic lockpick, motion sensor. Wow! Interesting stuff. Big book of science. And of course, condoms. Small dusty box of some sort. The television dinner. Alright. No, I don't need that. Alright. No. Alright. So that's Jenna? Okay. Where's the Lu Chao? You Lu Chao? Some information. No information, self-dealing weapons. COS, sure. Alright, what are you selling? Ooh, buff out. Very interested in taking some of that, thank you. Stim packs.
Mega Power Fist.
What does that look like? I reckon I might be spending some money here. 2,400. Do I want to spend most of my caps? Trade in a weapon. Alright, let's revisit what I'm doing with my weapons, because I feel like I could probably get rid of some stuff here. The P90 I'm using, and where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And the pulse rifle I'm using. The pulse rifle's not going to show up in my inventory though. So it seems like I could ditch the sniper rifle because both of those weapons are far more effective. Sure. Let's do that. I like the sniper rifle, but I could use the weight loss. And that means I'm using limited caps. Right, yeah. Sniper rifle is gone. Nope. Alright, see if we can go find this Lu Chao. People do not like talking around here. That's something we've found so far. Let's go have a look over here and see what's in here. I'm gonna kill you all. See a punk wearing a half smile. Who are you? Who are you? I'm Badger. Called ourselves There We Smolder, now I'm the resident computer tech and sound fan. What sort of computer stuff do you do? Okay, what does that mean? Alright. Can you tell me about this tanker? Mark or Captain? Where can I find Mark? Mark is down in the bar. Alright. Where can I find the Captain? Alright, so I'm going to the bar. What do you do here? Alright. That was not very useful. Alright, let's see if we can go find the bar. It's nice to have some buff out up my sleeve. Bartender. Friendly looking punk. Okay. Who are you? Alright. What is this place? Poseidon Marine Vessel Valdez, also called the PMV Valdez. Alright. Captain, who's that? Sits upstairs. Alright, thanks, I have more questions. Who is in charge? Where'd you all come from? Yes. Musicians, tech heads, geeks, and artists. Alright, so this is a Bohemian collective. This is an artist collective. Come with some face fans for artistic and personal freedom. I came here to spawn. Want to hear more still? Sure. Yes. Have you figured out how to move the tanker? Needs several elements. Alright. Alright, what are they? Moving until we find a place that hasn't... Right. Hoping we can avoid society's mistakes. It is a commune. Thank you so much for your company, Damien Wise. Very much appreciated. Sleep well. Have a wonderful weekend. Tell me about the Homologists. It really is a commune, Capdaf, by the way. You're right. Unless you're mentally feeble. There's a good chance it's alright. Tell me about the she. Trusting of outsiders. Weird customs talk funny, but they're alright. Okay. Other questions? I think that's it. Let's go talk to the captain. So this is another, great 80s trope. Kind of the free-thinking, like, artist collective of anarchists who are going to change the world. Let's see how all this goes. I mean, I can happily throw my lot in with these people. Do something for one of your buddies, and then come talk to me. One of your buddies. Okay. Now, where's my stairs back down? Soon live forever. Alright, I gotta help someone before the captain will talk to me. Talk to the bartender, I guess? Alright, wants some information. Yep. Rum. Yeah. See, booze. Beers. Buy some alcohol. 'Cause why not? Oh, the merchant I've got to find to help the guy out with his spleen is off the ship. Because it's a she name. What? See if I can go find this merchant. And get a spleen.
Spleen time! Spleen!
So now I just gotta go find a merchant. I don't think I saw anything in here that looks store-like, though. It's possible it wasn't clearly indicated. Oh dear, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, that's what I missed with not being able to mute. Not being able to do it quickly. Can the herbologist cure my addiction? You know, I bet they'd like to say they could. Thank you. Alright, let's see if we can't find... See if we can't find a merchant in here. I think the temperature's finally starting to drop. That might be why I'm sneezing. I wonder what the Brotherhood have got to say to me now, if anything. Ah, nothing, because I think this is where I signed up. And I'm pretty sure I've raided San Francisco's. Can't mute your PS4 camera. Yeah! That would be frustrating. What have we got? Yeah, I've looted this. I've looted this and I've left stuff behind that I couldn't take for weight restriction. Oh, plasma rifle. Down to 28. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in here I'm going to be interested in. I've been here before. Let's go back upstairs. Is there a merchant around here at all? Because otherwise I'll start to think that I should be looking on the boat again. I mean, the normal rule of thumb is that it will mark a store with a sign, but San Francisco might operate by different rules. Yeah, there's nothing there. I think this might be... No, it's Maida Chang. I've already been there before. Okay, that confirms... Whoa! 2 mil EC. What does that get used for? Good lord. G11. You see those are. Whew. Alright, I'm intrigued. How much? That's a sexy looking gun. Can I put it in? $23,000. Wow. $17,000. Whew. That's rich. Would you buy a phaser for it? No. 7,000. No, the I think it's because of the length of the gun. It's difficult to find the hotspot for it. It was just a little bit further along than I thought. Want a geck? No, no use. Interesting. Oh, I can't afford anything there at the moment. Bye. But yeah, some nice weaponry there. But I think that's the only merchant I can find out here. So I don't think that in that other building there is a merchant. I don't think there is. That's the same one I just went into. They're all just guards. And there's no one in there. Just double checking. No, I'm pretty sure there's no one in there. So I've only found one merchant. Just keep on looking. Because there could be somewhere. Yeah, I'm not seeing any merchants around here. And I've been through all these buildings. Hey son, how you doing? Yep, back on the Fallout wagon. Moving forward. Taking steps forward. It's been an eventful stream. Sorry, my body is rebelling against the heat in this hot box. Even though it's 30 minutes to midnight. Ah, I'm glad to hear things are going well for you. How am I? Living in interesting times. It's been a good week. Hey Ace, how you doing? Thank you so much for popping in. How is your Friday treating you? You are not wrong. It is warm. I'm in the middle of... You just missed the extravaganza. You just missed the wonderful delight of me blowing my nose. Because I'm in a room that is cooled by a fan. It is over there in the corner. But it's hot. It's hot because the door is closed and I'm running a computer. Yeah. It's damned hot. How has your week been treating you, and what is the best thing that has been happening to you this week, folks who have just joined the stream? Ah, this might be where I can find my merchant. Is there a stray merchant hiding out in there? I'm trying to find a spleen at the moment. Someone sold their spleen, and I'm trying to get it back so that I can get in good with the captain on this artsy commune ship. Peasant, peasant, peasant. None of that is a help. There's a computer. What's the computer for? Let's science the computer and see what happens. Stand back. I'm going to try science. You failed to learn anything. You're bad at science. Alright, let's go back and talk to this guy again. Or, let's double check. Let's double check if I got a specific quest for him. Get Chip Spleen. Just get Chip Spleen, that's it. This week has been a wreck. Just finished watching through Fully Cooley. Oh, nice! That's a good rinse for the brain. Work stuff is starting to come together. I'm glad to hear it. Son, I do not have much left that I'm wearing at the moment to take off. I appreciate the suggestion, though. I think I've already offended people today. I answered the door to get a package wearing too much information mode. My new underpants are basically like brief, like they're like short shorts, and so when it's hot and I'm at home, I just wear them around. And so I was wearing those. I wore those to answer the door and collect a package. With my package probably on more of a display than it needed to be. Poor woman who delivers stuff. I think next time I'll put on shorts. I was wearing my package, and I got a package at the door. So yeah, there's not really much else I've got to get rid of. Oh, hang on, is that where the merchant is there? I'm trying to find a merchant to get this gentleman's spleen back, but I can't for the life of me figure out where they are. They must be on the ship. Well, they don't have to be, but I'm guessing that's where they are. No, we did not exchange packages. I got a package. It was weighed heavily in my favor. I'm disappointed with the story. Years of watching porn has told me that this is not how these sorts of things go. Yeah, no, that would have had to have been... Like, that would have had to have been gay porn, right? Because that would be the male person comes to the door and says, I'd like to deliver a package. Sir, I have to deliver a package. Like, that's how that movie starts, right? Sign for a package, sir? I found my screen yet. Not yet, but I will. Great. Where's the merchant who has your spleen? Hanging out in your undies is one of the privileges of hot weather. Yeah, right? Yeah. So how's your week been, son? What's been happening to you? What is the best thing that's been happening to you this week? Can I review? No, it's not going to let me review back further. Vodka, best and worst thing, that's fair. Streaming without cam yesterday, so you want to throw a shirt. That's, yeah, look, that's... I hear you there, Ace. It's that damned hot. So I take it you are not blessed with the miracle that is air conditioning where you are either, Ace, at the moment? While the world is doing its best to get set on fire in our hemisphere. See a male tank of vagrant. Share my girlfriend if you share yours. Once again, 1998 writing lapses into slightly regrettable territory. The game's 20 years old. It's gonna happen. How are we going for time? We've got 30 minutes left on the clock. Let's see if we can find someone else to do something for. Thank you, Codsworth, for reminding us of what tonight's question is. Oh, I keep closing doors. They're all open. Because it's commune, man. Alright, you get out of the way. You don't need to close doors, man. Staying with a friend as aircon. Oh, that's What a blessing. I feel like where we are, we've kind of exchanged. We had aircon at the previous place where we're at, and it was a freaking blessing. But now we have MBN, so it's kind of a catch-22. Can't have both in the same place. There was a link, I think it was before you folks popped up in stream, but there was a link that Codsworth posted a little bit earlier about it's probably one of the most Fallout things that I've read in quite some time. It's talking about the industry around doomsday preppers and survival bunkers. And there was a really interesting conversation. I talked about this at the start of stream, but it was early on, so most folks weren't there at the time. But it was talking about conversation that happened on Facebook, where a couple of Facebook friends were kind of having a debate about the utility of these survival bunkers. Because the thing that, reading the article, the thing to me that really just stuck out was the number of contingencies that you really need to have solid plans for in order to have a survival bunker operate in any meaningful fashion, like after some sort of significant apocalypse. Like, you need to have a solution in place around clean, regular supply of air, and that means you've got to be treating the air in some way, because, you know, if you're talking about like a nuclear holocaust, you need to process that air. You want to get that fallout out of there. You don't want to be breathing the same air as everyone else up on the surface. Potable water. That to me seems like the biggest trick. Like, how are you going to get a regular supply of water that you can not only drink but use for all of your requirements? Because if you're running machinery, there's probably going to be like pretty big requirements you've got around water there. And then just air. Hang on, no, we did air. Power. Power's the third. Yeah. And all of those kind of interlink. So yeah, it was an interesting conversation. Just bear with me for 2 secs, folks. I'm just gonna... I'll be back in just a second. Let's click the I am provisionally back. My 4-year-old is up, I think, because of the heat, and the poor thing wanted to be able to take a water bottle back to the bedroom. Yeah. There you go. It's good to be back. NBN. You got fiber to the premise at home. Yeah, that's what I've got as well, Ace, and it's a hard thing to pass up. HRT meds are antidepressants in an apocalypse. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's so many medicines that you just lose completely. And I think zoom back even from there, like, so they're really important medications that for special conditions. I think there's a lot of stuff, and this was one of the things that came out in that conversation. I think there's a lot of things that we neglect to think about. We forget, basically, because science has moved so far in the direction of enabling sort of everyday life, and we don't have to think about a lot of stuff, that things like just things like regular cuts and scrapes. One of the people in that Facebook conversation, I'm just going to pop out for a sec, because I just want to check something. We've got 20 minutes left on the clock, and I've got a feeling this spleen is the only thing I can really do to ingratiate myself with the captain. To find spleen. So because I've got no idea where I'm supposed to go. Voucher at the Flying Dragon 8 General Store. Which is where? Where is that? Two tables of Flying Dragon 8. Chinatown's General Store. I swear I've been in that building. Alright, it's in Chinatown. Okay. How bizarre. Alright. Yeah, antibiotics. Huge. So there we go. So it's somewhere that I've been before. We've been there. Yeah, this friend who is ex-military was talking about how he served for a couple of weeks in a tropical environment, and it was just something as simple as a blister on his hand. He had like a blister on one finger, and it started going septic. And he was talking about how he realized in that moment, if they didn't have a medic, like, if they didn't have a medic deployed as part of their team, and they didn't have antibiotics on hand, which is exactly what you went to, Ace. Like, he would have been fucked. That's it. Game over. A blister on your finger. And that to me is just what makes me think that, hands down, like, those survival bunkers, I'm sure, are a really great idea, but there's going to be something simple that people are going to overlook. Because that's Silicon Valley thinking, like at its purest. That we have a whole bunch of clever solutions for a bunch of problems that never come up. And then, for the actual problems that do come up, they just get ignored. Alright, so we'll see how we go. I might get a 4-year-old coming back at some point. Because the poor thing's overheating. It's terrible being at an age when you can't reliably have a fan in your room because you're probably going to stick your finger in the fan. Like, it might be... Oh, there we go! Somehow I didn't get to there before. Don't ask me how. Alright. Flying Dragon 8, alright. I'm looking for some information. Oh, there we go. I'm looking for a spleen. Oh, there we go. Sold it to Dr. Wong. Fascinated by it. Where can I find Dr. Wong? In the Steel Palace, alright. How do you lose a spleen? Yeah. He was obsessed with his spleen all night long, and then he bet it. Some people have party bunkers. See, a party bunker I can kind of understand more. Is it that? Honorable man? Alright, need some more information. Upgrades for my equipment. Talk to Crockett over in the herbologist camp. He is their head scientist. Thanks for more information. Alright, so the villagers have gone out to the sea. Alright. Unless... what else can you tell me about this tanker? Navcom part I have, and the tanker fueled up. Fuel I do not have. What do you mean considerable good fortune? Alright. Perhaps there is. Alright. It's two people talking. Let's talk then. What if I paid you to tell me? Alright, 1500? Huh. Let's try that again. Oh dear. Lots of people partying them use up all the air and folks asphyxiate. So they don't have like what is it called? Like positive pressure ventilation systems? Just pushing oxygen out or in, I guess, as the case may be. So people just buy a bunker and go, let's party in there and don't worry about the infrastructure. That would be terrifying. Looking for some information. Alright. How the hell do I get there? Unless... Tell me about a tanker. Considerable good fortune. Alright. Two people talking. What if I paid you to tell me? Alright. There we go. It's not the tanker that's special. It's just a big rusty tanker like you said. Our submarine on the other hand. Submarine. The Shi Huangti leads to nuclear fires like a horrible dragon upon California's coast. Okay. Ironically, a malfunctioning missile from our own ancestral nation went off course and exploded over the ocean near the submarine's location. The blast knocked out the systems, leaving Captain Yuli and his crew stranded at sea. Okay. But there was salvation. Weeks of drifting, the sub finally came to rest in the shallow waters of the San Francisco Bay. The city became our new home. We eventually restored the Shi Huangti, its targeting systems, its weapons. It has enough firepower to blow any potential invaders out of the water, so even if you got that old tanker running, it wouldn't get far, as the submarine will destroy any non-Chinese vessel that sails through the bay. Okay, so how do I get to the submarine? You swim or take the motorboat at the docks. He's guarded by our best soldiers, not past him. Alright, do you have any idea where I can get past him without shooting him in the face? He's under strict orders to guard it 24/7, not letting anyone... I don't suppose you know it. It depends. No, I definitely don't have $10,000. Huh. Alright. Well, we're gonna go kill a soldier then. Be fine if you can get the person out, but usually only access is by a ladder. Yeah. Yeah, good point. Fictional dystopias are much less grim. You can make numbers go up in the fictional dystopia. We can do cool things. It's the fun version of everything. As opposed to the we get tetanus 2 weeks in and that's it version. Yeah. Alright, let's go find a spleen. Now I'm low on cash. Right, it's always good when the numbers go up. Pretty sure this was our head scientist. No, no you were not. Now I gotta find you all over again. Yeah, there's no fun there. Tetanus is no fun. Is she like the feeling? Is she? Where are you again, buddy? Yoo-hoo! Head scientist. Were you up in there? I don't think you were. Thinking here. I think that was it. Why? Alright. No questions, please. I hear someone else's spleen. I will prepare it with fava beans and a nice chianti. Nice Silence of the Lambs reference. You still got it good. Chip nose it back. He needs it to survive, you know. It came from inside his body. There we go. Oh, good. There we go. Gladly return it to him. Replace it in his body in time. Oh, that was easy enough. I didn't have to kill anyone. I was really happy when we found out we don't have rabies in Australia. That's just when we have our own equivalent. Oh, what's the equivalent? What's our equivalent rabies disease? You talking about? Are you referring to tetanus there, or? Tell me more. Alright, we've got 10 minutes left on the clock. Let's see if we can advance things here. So we've got to... Oh, this really does feel like an 80s action film now. We've got to, like, get on the motorboat to go out to the submarine to scuttle the submarine? Defang it at the very least. That was 2,000 caps well spent, though, finding out about that. Hey, buddy. Hey, Chip. Yes. Before I do, maybe you ought to set up a way to get back in me. Talk to Dr. Fung about that, alright? Good lord. Gotta do everything for you. Don't suppose could have just, you know, said that to begin with, to avoid me having to come back. Oh, Lysovirus. Gotcha. Yeah, arguably an vector which is harder to control than, you know, rabid dogs. Especially if you live in Northern Australia. I did find the spleen, son. But now I've got to go find a doctor. I've got to do everything for this guy. Let's go find Dr. Fung, who I'm pretty sure was in here somewhere. I think. Do here. Currently I'm working on fuel derivatives and polymers. Ah, fuels. Okay, I guess you're not Dr. Fung then. Vodka's done its damage, truly, huh? is Dr. Fung. Not seeing a Dr. Fung in here.
"5 minutes left on the clock. Can he find Dr. Fung?"
Because I don't think there was a doctor out here. Oh, hang on, who was the doctor up the... There was a doctor to the north. Let's go remember who that was. Where the giant space shuttle is. Who are you again? That's Harry. That is not who I'm looking for. Okay, who are you? I am Starbrother in charge of the rocket ship. Oh! Nice. Earlier on, I did join the Hubologists, and so now I'm obviously on the inside loop. Alright, can I ask you something else? What can I do for you? Oh no. I literally dropped my vertibird plans because I was trying to make weight allowance. Oh no. No. If you can do this, check with the shield up. Forget it. You're not who I'm looking for anyway. Did I definitely do that on this save? There's no way, there is no way in heck that I'm going back up to that base to get the vertibird plans. I honestly thought I would not need them again. I could not find space. That came back to bite me. Alright, well you're not who I'm looking for anyway. What are you doing here? Can I ask you something else? Alright, forget about it. I don't think Dr. Fung is in here. Said I had the run of the compound. I wonder if they'll let me happily raid their stores. It's a Geiger counter. Nothing terribly exciting. When was the damage done, son? Did you, was the drinking yesterday / last night? Or was it a couple of days ago? Alright, I don't think I'm going to find the doctor in here. Let's go back. Let's just make sure that this isn't actually someone who might be on the ship. I can't believe I dropped the vertibird plans, and that's what I need to help them. Wah, wah. I know where they are. But it's those bloody... It's the patrols that are on the outside of... that are around Navarro. That's the killer. It's not getting into or out of Navarro. Like, overall, that's pretty straightforward. it's just a medical store and guns there. I don't like our odds of finding the good doctor. At least not this game. Alright, well we got 1 minute left on the clock. So now is probably a good time to save and wrap things up. Looking for Dr. Fung. We will find the good doctor next round. Alright, let's just double check something quickly. What's going on there? Yeah. Alright. Thank you so much everyone for your company tonight. It has been an absolute pleasure. To answer my own question for Friday night, what is the best thing that has happened to me this week before we wrap up? The best thing that's happened to me this week is probably the fact that I'm now on 2 weeks of leave from the day job, because I still split my time between voice acting and working a little bit on tech in the day job. And so for the next 2 weeks, I'm purely on my own work, which means that after I tie up a couple of VO gigs that I've got to get out the door, some e-learning stuff, I'm going to be spending all of my time just upskilling. It's something I try and do every 3 months, just put aside 2 weeks for upskilling. And I'm really excited to get into that. Doing all sorts of stuff like going into narrative, like I'm going to be reading John Truby's Anatomy of Story, which first time around when I read it, very dense, kind of bounced off it, but I'm looking forward to giving it a second try. And also learning DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve, to get that out clearly, because Adobe keep boosting the price on Adobe on their Creative Cloud package, so it's just become untenable. Thank you so much for the company, folks. Son, I hope that you feel better soon after the results of the self-inflicted damage. Ace, I hope that things cool down out your way, along with hopefully out my way as well. I hope that the weather gives you a break. And Horror Tuna, if you are still with us, or Tuna, I hope that the weekend brings you wonderful things. Thank you so much again, everyone, for your company. It has been an absolute pleasure. We have taken great strides forward, and once we find this doctor, I think that's going to unlock us being able to talk to the captain. We're getting to the pointy end of Fallout 2, which I'm really excited about. It's been an interesting experience throughout. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there in the wasteland. See you soon.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, check out some of our other videos, and for live content, come join me on Twitch.